Good evening and welcome back to another video on prepositions. So let's take a look at our first example. The train moved with 100 kilometers per hour. So our preposition here is with, and what is it doing here? What's its function? Well, the speaker has tried to use with to reference speed. That is, the speed of the train. But we need to remember that speed is a scalar quantity. We're describing the magnitude of the speed. And when we're doing that in English, we would not use with, but rather we would say at. The train moved at 100 kilometers per hour. You could say, I'm driving at 50 miles per hour. Why? Because you're talking about the magnitude of the speed. Okay. Let's take a look at another example. What is the speed you are traveling with? Well, it's the same reasoning, isn't it? Here, speed has been directly mentioned, and we're again talking about the magnitude of the speed. No direct figures or measurements have been included, well, because it's a question. They're questioning what those would be. What is the magnitude? And so as a result, like our previous example, we would not use with. No, instead, we would use at. We use at to talk about the magnitude of speed in English. But what about this? The speed at the car is increasing. Well, superficially this seems okay. We're talking about speed as the previous examples, and we're using the preposition at like the previous examples. Perfect. Job done. Not quite. At is the inappropriate preposition to use in this case. Why? Well, here we're no longer referencing the magnitude of the speed. Notice how no figures are mentioned referencing the magnitude, or there's no questions made about it, nothing of the sort. Rather, we're talking about the relationship, or perhaps better said, an association between the speed and the car. Well, what preposition in English can we use to talk about an association between two or more entities? We would instead say of. The speed of the car is increasing. And so as a consequence, our three solutions would be the train moved at 100 kilometers per hour. What is the speed you are traveling at? And finally, the speed of the car is increasing.